That's interesting. That's wow. So that's what made you a stone cold killer. That's what made you a stone cold. You know, I feel like that's like another thing about guys. I feel like girls get their heart broken and they move on next guy. Guys, if you break a guy's heart, you are creating a monster. If you break a guy's heart, you are creating a fucking bane to the society. That's it. Like the guy's just like, whew, I tried. I left it all out on the table, man. I tried. In terms of like right now, the kind of content that I enjoy doing, I enjoy this or anything that involves me just sharing my opinion on my ideas and conversations and discussions more than I enjoy playing the game. I like teaching people, which is cool, but it's still my job, or it's become my job. So no matter, I don't care who you are in this life, or what you're doing as your job, or however much you love your job, your favorite thing in the world is not gonna be something that you do as a job. It's just not gonna be. You're always gonna have something else that you prefer doing because it's just like, you know, that's your getaway from the thing that you do. There's this statement that this really funny YouTuber made one time. He said, you need to have a thing that's different from your thing so that the thing that's, okay, it sounds very silly, but basically the thing that's not your thing, that you need to find time for it, is what he's saying. Like, your thing might be like, for a guy who's a photographer, right? What's up, Diligent? Yeah, like if you're a photographer, right, and like maybe you take pictures at weddings and that's what you do, maybe you find some time where one, you can take pictures of landscapes, animals and stuff like that. That could be your other thing. Or maybe you like play video games in your down, like that's your other thing. Like, you need to have something else. No matter how much you love wedding photography, you gotta have something else. You just gotta have something else, man. Like, and for me right now, like, until me having conversations and discussing stuff with you guys becomes my job, that's what I'm gonna love more. I love teaching as well, unless the person is stupid. I'm dead, yo. What's up, Badass Santa? You know, so many people, one of my friends that helps me a lot with raids and stuff and teaching people, he always says, bro, he says first thing he would tell you is he has quit trying to sharpen people because people don't listen. And I wouldn't say stupid, I would just say some people don't want to listen. And like I always say, it's because of the culture in Destiny. Destiny has a carry me, I carry you culture. Like, everybody wants to get carried or be carried or carry someone else. That's all like everybody in Destiny wants. And that's the reason why you get people coming to your raid and like they're like, wait, you're not just gonna do this stuff for me, you're gonna be teaching me, because that's what they know. That's every other streamer that they've gone to their, or every other fire team they've joined. It's just a carry. They just go in there, shoot some ads and come out with loot and go back to work, you know. So I try my best to make sure that I don't keep people like that around me. People, and on both sides, people who want to carry and people who want to be carried. I feel like people who want to carry, as far as they understand that, you know, they're with me, they're still useful to me, because if you know what to do and you're not trying to bypass the whole raid without the people that I'm trying to teach, then we'll work well together. But the people who just don't want to learn and just want to be, just wait for the opportunity to get carried, now those are the people that piss me off. I hate Bungie at the moment. Was in pit trying to solo flawless and got kicked to orbit when doing the witches. Oh really? Yikes. And it's not even for the downtime, Raz? Or did they boot you because of the downtime? That's tough, man. Because how many, oh yeah, you still have like an hour before reset. Let me see when the downtime is actually. And no hate to the people who just want to get carried. It's just, that's just not my style. I just don't feel like you become a better gamer by just hopping from chat to chat and being carried every single time. That's not, you're not getting anything as a person. Like, people just see gaming as just gaming. You know, you just use your controller or press your mouse and keyboard. It becomes part of people's lives. It's something you do as part of your life, and it's gonna affect the kind of person that you are, whether you like it or not. If you come online and you just bitch at people all day, and you're online every day for like 5 hours, that personality is gonna get into your real life. It's going to, because if you become a toxic person in the game and you spend so much time gaming every day, that shit is gonna affect who you are. Yo, Sander, welcome to the family, man. Appreciate the follow. Ooh, what's up, Mario? I make music and stream DJ sets full time, but play Destiny 2 for my downtime. I stream D2 too, but it's not the main point of my channel. That's perfect. That's what I'm talking about right there, Diligent. Like, it's like just having that thing that's not your thing, you know what I mean? Because the thing that's your thing, that shit can stress you out, man. I was just talking about this weekend, for example. I was making a YouTube video, and halfway through making it, I had to stop it all to be able to start, like, to be able to change the direction of what video I was gonna release for the week. And like, man, I'm telling you, my days off just went out the window as soon as that happened, because normally, like, all the ideas that I come up with during the week makes my video on Sunday and it gets dropped on Sunday. But instead, I needed to process a week's worth of content on Sunday and Monday and then figure out how I'm gonna drop the video. Like, it was not fun at all. I respect that, but some people are definitely you know I mean yo, Santa, like, okay, if you're referring to the people who, because I play PvE, right? I don't play PvP that much. If you're referring to the people who just take long to be able to learn stuff, I mean, somebody's gotta be there for them. You get me? Like, someone's gotta be there for them. If not, they're never gonna get better. Because the reality to me is, most people, 99.99% of the people, through practice and getting the right person to explain stuff to them, would actually get better. The reason why, because what I always say, this PvE is knowledge, right? Like, I know more about the game than you do. That's it. There's no like skill. This amount of skill I have in PvE is so minimal compared, like, in terms of, like, this is just, I'm not talking about like trying to go for world's first or anything. I'm just saying the ability to do a strike, the ability to do gambit, the ability to do a raid, all those things are just knowledge. And if you pass that knowledge to someone else, they will do the shit that you're doing most of the time. Skill has like such a small part to play in it because of the way Destiny is set up. Like, it's set up in such a way that it's simple enough that everybody can do the stuff as far as they understand what they're supposed to be doing. I like being in teaching raids, but dislike teaching. I just like watching the hopefully chaos. Oh, so that's your style, Santa. You want to watch the chaos go on around. You just don't want to be the one getting the headache. That's cool then. Yeah, that's nice. I'm not looking for some sort of philosophical catharsis when I play this. I just want loot. Well, Mario, the reality of the situation is, if you play this game 5 hours a day, 4 days or 5 days a week, that thing about I just want the loot, that perspective, that look on things is gonna translate to your real life. I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear that. Just give me the stuff. I don't need anything. I just want the stuff. That's how you start applying yourself in real life too. Like, someone's trying to talk to you. Someone is trying to explain stuff to you. You know, it's like, what's his name? Gnomeboy, for example, where, you know, he asked me about a perk and I told him my opinion about the perk while answering him what the perk does. And he was like, no. I did not ask you to explain anything to me. I asked you to tell me the answer. And I bet you that's the same way he does stuff in real life. Is he doesn't want to have a conversation with people. He just wants you to give him the answer that he wants to hear. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, if that's the way you are when you're online for 5 hours a day, because what? Maybe you're active, maybe 15 hours of your day you're like active. And then maybe 4 hours you're like going through the motions, you know, you're eating breakfast, eating lunch, eating dinner, and then you're busy. Maybe you're applying for jobs, stuff like that, those repetitive things, right? For another like 6 hours. And then you put 5 hours into a game. That shit's gonna define your personality, man. It really is. I'm glad I found this channel. Oh, that's not, bro. Appreciate that, man. Isn't getting loot your catharsis then almost the same thing? Yeah, that's what I was trying to say, Sana. That's pretty much, I mean, you said it very simply, because that's what I was saying as well. Like, it's still what's gonna define how you, I don't know what catharsis means. That's why I couldn't answer it the way you answered it. But like, that's still what it is. It's just, if all you care about is that thing, that's gonna define how you approach, that defines how you approach the game and also how you approach life. You know what? I'm going to go be loud in your library on Sunday. No pseudo physiological meaning whatsoever. Guns to shoot. I won't be doing that soon. I'm lazy. I have no drive or ambition at all. Why do you say that stuff about yourself? I mean, well, simply put, Mario just needs to. If it was me, I would just, you know, I would just shrug that kind of feeling off. But like we've said before, Mario is not gonna hire me as his therapist. So Mario just needs a therapist, because Mario can see if somebody else types the same messages that Mario types in chat, Mario will tell that person and advise that person how to be better, how not to say that. He will say all those things. He will be able to coach that person. But the thing is, he never does it for himself, which just, that I feel like that's where you need like somebody else to like, that's a professional at it, to be able to like rewire you, you know, in a sense. It's self-destructive, as if things are not bad enough already. Yeah, but Mario, it's not you being frank, right? It's your outlook. You know, you can be in a ditch and think about how deep the ditch is, or you could think about how you're gonna get out. It's a choice. You make a choice to either think about being deep in a ditch or how you're gonna get out of the ditch. And you always choose to think about how you're deep in the ditch instead of thinking about how you're gonna get out. And like I said, I don't even need to explain this to you, because if somebody else said the exact same words that you were saying, Mario, you would be able to guide that person on how to get out of it. Because I've seen you, like, this is how I met you, Mario. I met you and you were talking about how Poke used to do the exact same thing that you're doing right now. That's how I met you. So the first impression I had of you was that you were someone who understands that people can beat themselves up, and you could see the light in them, you know, that, bro, nothing is that bad, you know, it's not that bad, you know. But the fact that you can't do it for yourself, I think it's just something that, you know, somebody else just needs to like hook you up for. That's all. I've been working real damn hard on fixing myself. I was finally at a point where something clicked for me, and my thought was, I can't live like this anymore. That's what's up, bro. That's what's, yo, Fox, that's good, man. Like, I mean, for me, okay, obviously it helps. You know, one thing I would say though, from my own personal experience, is good things starting to, like, a few good things stacking up real quick, like maybe you have like 2 good things that happen back to back, it definitely goes a long way to reinforce your ability to have a positive outlook and stuff. But man, you need those 2 things. it's not easy. I'm not gonna stand here and say it's easy. I've explained this to people, right? Is if you're gonna have a friend, there needs to be value. I need to be able to see that there is value in me keeping this relationship, and you need to be able to see it too. You need to provide value to your friends. That's it. I know some people would be like, well, that's why you go to work. You go to work because they can pay you and they need your service. But no, it's not the same thing when it actually deals with somebody that you like. A friend is someone that you like, that has value for you and you have value to them. So Mario, I seen your message earlier where you said I will do my best to refrain from this henceforth. I mean, for me, the one reason I don't worry about you saying it is because I don't want you to think it continuously and then never say it, because I feel like that's bad too. You know, if you're thinking all these things and you don't say it, the problem is we don't want you to think it. But if you are still thinking it, then you might as well say it so that we can encourage you. That's actually gonna pull me into another conversation, but I want to read what KJ said. I'm gonna see my therapist now. He's called Dr. Hustle and his assistant is called Hard Work. Wow, that's the definition of someone who definitely need a therapist right there. When this man think that it's all about hard work and hustle to be able to make yourself happy. I mean, I should say this though, that guaranteed, I feel like success can help with a lot of mental issues. Okay? Facts. I literally just talked about this with my therapist and doctor yesterday. Oh wow. Damn. I wonder how many people in our community actually see therapists. But I feel like there's also this cliche about therapists too, where everybody's kind of looking at it as like you go to therapists when you have problems. Man, you need to, it helps your mental stability even if you're okay. But I feel like if you go and you're okay to a therapist, the therapist is still gonna try to find some issues. It's like when they say you go to a doctor, and no matter if you go to a doctor, you coming out of there with pills. You're never okay. You're never okay. They do some tests, they're gonna find something that's wrong with you. Therapist, ain't nobody got time for that. What? Come on, KJ. High key absolutely recommends seeing some kind of therapist if you're struggling. It's the best decision I've ever made. Yeah, like even if like you, that's what I'm saying though. Like Fox, I feel like people only consider therapists if you're struggling. I feel like even if you were fine, there's nothing wrong with seeing a therapist. So the current conversation is about, you know, there's three, it got broken up into a bunch of sections, but the first thing is, should there be a correlation between age and marriage? A lot of people feel like, you know, at a certain age, you're expected to start looking to find somebody to settle down with. The second thing that I was talking about was, when it comes to age, like, should it be that, okay, if I'm this age, I should be dating someone that's about this age? Like, you know, a 30-year-old guy should only be dating someone that's 22, for example, and stuff like that. Do you believe that that's still something that's the way it should be? And then I was also talking about the fact that, like, for guys, there's always this sense of like, I need to be financially secure before I can think about like even these days, even without marriage, like just dating someone, you feel like you got to be financially secure just because that dating can lead to marriage. But I tend to see it as though women don't have to think about that. Like, I feel like unless it's changed and I'm just not aware, I'm not just woke, but when a girl is looking for someone to be in a serious relationship with, even though we talk about female equality and all gender equality and stuff like that, girls don't really think about that. That's not like on their mind when they're dating. They think about going out and meeting someone, not really whether or not they're financially secure to be able to enter a relationship. It's still almost like the guy's the one that's got to think about that stuff. So that's the conversation we're having, you know, and pretty much like, for me, like I said, first of all, the whole age thing, I never knew that there was some kind of like formula for you to be able to know. But now I always just felt like if someone looked too young, to me, that's a no-go area, because if I'm gonna see you as a baby. That's just it. I'm gonna see you as somebody that I'm supposed to take care of instead of somebody that I'm supposed to be in a relationship with. For the second one, in terms of like settling down and stuff, for me, I think it's just ingrained in my mind as well with culture and stuff, where it's like it's less of an age thing and more of a financial stability thing. Like, it's not, I don't care how old I am, I just want to be able to afford stuff. Even though a lot of people and a lot of women in my life always tell me like I shouldn't be thinking about it like that. Like, there's a statement that people always make where they say, what do you bring to the table? And that's actually gonna pull me into another conversation, but I want to read what KJ said. I'm gonna see my therapist now. He's called Dr. Hustle and his assistant is called Hard Work. Wow, that's the definition of someone who definitely need a therapist right there. When this man think that it's all about hard work and hustle to be able to make yourself happy. I mean, I should say this though, that I guaranteed, I feel like success can help with a lot of mental issues. Okay, so the part that what I said that it could switch me up into is the conversation about what do you bring to the table in a relationship. I don't know if you guys have ever heard that, like a guy ask a girl. It's usually guys asking girls what they bring to the table, because it's always assumed that a guy should bring financial security. And I've realized that enough people have not thought about that in the past. So I don't feel like, even though there are things that women bring to the table, 110%, a lot of girls don't even think about it at all. Because when people get asked that question, you know what I've heard? I've heard girls say that they bring love to a relationship. They bring happiness to a relationship. They bring peace of mind to a relationship. And I'm looking like, wait a goddamn minute. The guy is not supposed to bring in love and peace of mind? He's not already bringing those things? How the fuck is that a woman's job? Or how is that something you bring to the table? Like, that's like, is that so? I feel like that's supposed to be a requirement for a relationship. It's not what you bring. It's, you know, I'm not asking you like, what are we, like, you know, it's like I'm gonna tell you I bring a nose to the relationship. Bro, you're supposed to have a nose.